Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. Week 4 is here. Week 3 is in the books. And last week, 2-2 on my video pick. A lot of you guys guessed it. I'm going to read a few comments off as well. But as far as the stats go, 1-3, I lost the Lions over by a hook. Yeah. On my pools, I got Geo in. Let's take the Moon's money. Geo, that's 264 points. He's killing it. 30-17. Geo, bring those videos back, buddy. Red Hot Lady, 240 points. Rostradamus, who I beat in fantasy last week. I'm 3-0 in fantasy. Imagine that. 233 points at third place. Deja Vu, 224 points. Ezra at 207 points, and me at 202. I think Gavin's right behind me. It's a close match, a lot of fun. I don't know why I love the pools. Usually, if I don't bet on the game, I'll still root for the team because I have them in my pools. That helps out a lot. Just quick comments here. We got Damon Jackson mentioned I will go 2-2 this week, and I did. I went 2-2 this week. You should say which ones you didn't like. Why not? Please, if anybody has any comments, I read them all. Please. Terry Stanton said that don't underestimate the Jaguars. Yeah, no kidding, man. 28-point victory, man. Gee, I would never say that. They went. This is the first time they won on the road in like 18 straight road games. Unbelievable. Trust Faith and Amy somebody said the KC is a trap game. Be careful on KC game. And yep, that was the other one I lost. Who knew? Let's see. The Army guy 0319. He says fast cap on the picks at the end of the video. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to do a fast cap. So if you want to skip to the end, I'll just have a splash screen. I'm probably just say splash screen. There you go. Pause the video if you want to write them all down, so you don't have to see my mug or just listen to me blabbering away. And Tyler said, stop interrupting the stream. I don't know what that means. But anyway, thanks for the comment. So that being said, let's get on with the picks. My fourth pick of the week, my upset pick of the week, we got the Miami Dolphins traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Miami Dolphins are a 3.5-point road dog. This is a Thursday night game. I usually don't put Thursday night games on here, but I really like this one. Miami's 3-0 ATS this year, 3-0 and leading their division. And the Bengals, everybody said, oh, they're back. They're top shape, whatever. They won one game this year. They're 1-2. They're at home, granted that. But who'd they beat? They beat the Jets. Like, come on. And here they're 3.5-point home favorite. Number 2, Miami's number 2 in passing with Tua, 8 TDs and 2 interceptions. Tua kind of banged up against the Bills last week. He passed concussion protocol and should be full steam ahead. So that's what I look at. I said Bengals have to prove themselves more than beating the Jets. For me, here you got red hot Miami Dolphins, and I'm getting points. So give me Miami Dolphins plus 3.5. My third pick of the week, we got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers are a 1-point home favorite. I'm taking the road dog again. Road dog plus points. I've put this game on the money line. Carolina's off a win. Arizona's off a loss, so do up, do down. Will Carolina win 2 games in a row? Carolina is 5-0 against Arizona at home in the last 5 meetings. But Carolina is only 6-14 ATS since last year. So that's not very good. I think they're dead last. Arizona is number 11 in passing and rush defense. So to me, I like the Cardinals in this game. Good way to bounce back against a bad team. So give me the Arizona Cardinals on the money line. My number 2 pick of the week, we got the Washington Commanders traveling to the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are a 3.5-point home favorite. Divisional game, Dallas is off of a short week. That's the only thing I didn't like on this. Dallas 5-1 against the Washington Commanders in the last 6 meetings. Dallas is 5-6 against the spread in the last 2 years. So they're like #1 against the spread. So they're getting at home. It's only 3.5 points. Dallas is 3-0 with Cooper Rush at the helm, 2-0 this year. Cooper is also 450 yards passing and 2 TDs in the last 2 games. So to me, I like Dallas. I like the home team. They've been getting me money all year, so give me the Dallas Cowboys -3.5 points. And last but not least, we got the Buffalo Bills traveling to the Baltimore Ravens. The Buffalo Bills are a 3.5 point road favorite. Buffalo off a loss, Baltimore off a win, do up, do down. Baltimore has no defense. Right now they're dead last in passing. And here at Buffalo, the #1 passing quarterback is Josh Allen right now with 9 TDs and 2 interceptions. Last place defense against the #1 quarterback in passing. So Baltimore is 5-0 in the last home games against Buffalo, history-wise. But the last Buffalo win was in 1999 with Doug Flutie. Can Josh Allen beat Doug Flutie? I think so. So give me Buffalo Bills -3.5 points. All right, that's for the video. Here's my 3-team 7-point teaser. I'm going Miami +10.5, Green Bay -3.5, and Tennessee +10 points. 3-team teaser. I haven't hit one yet. All the craziness the last 3 weeks, but you know, there's always hope. My brother, who just hit I had a 5-team parlay. You know, he just plays 1 5-team and wins like several grand each week. He said if I just hit 1 week, you know, he's good for the year. And he won the first 4 legs. And the last game was the Tampa Bay Green Bay game, where he had Tampa Bay like -1, and it came all the way down to the end of the 4th quarter. If you get a 2-point conversion, they go in overtime hoping to win that, and he didn't get the 2-point, and I'm like, oh. Anyways, I don't play 5-point parlays, but you know, it's always fun to root for your brother. So on the splash screen at the end of the video, I'll just put what I like as far as you know, maybe some leans that didn't quite make the cut in the first 4. I might play a few dollars on, and then there's the pool picks, you know. So all right, so we got Minnesota at New Orleans. Minnesota is a 2.5 point road favorite. Man, Saints have no defense whatsoever. They are 0-3 ATS. You know, betting on that is just, you know, not a good choice. New Orleans is 4-1 at home against Minnesota in the last 5 meetings. But, you know, Minnesota's stale offense, you know, should cover this. It's only 2.5 points. It's under a field goal. So, yeah, I'm taking Minnesota -2.5 points. Next, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions -5 at home favorite. Lions 3-0 ATS-wise. And they are 14-6 in the last 2 years is covering the spread. So great, you know, spread covers win your money every time. St. Brown is out, ankle injury, so the #1 receiver is out. Detroit's #3 in rushing over the all in the NFL. So, and Seattle's 28. So. Detroit is 19th in passing. Seattle's 21st, so equal there. But you know, Detroit has the edge with the rushing. Is it worth 5 points? Kind of hard not to say when they're killing it ATS-wise. So I'm taking the Detroit Lions solely because they're good on ATS -5. Good bet with maybe a tease Seattle +12 maybe. Next, we got the New York Giants at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a 3.5 point home favorite. Both teams off a loss. Pittsburgh's 10-1 at home against the Giants, history-wise, in the last 11 meetings since 1970. Jets are 26 in rushing. Pittsburgh's 23rd in rushing, so no one's going to rush this ball. You can solely rely on the Jets passing on this game. And then, you know, if they do, you know, throw a lot, I think the Jets might win this or at least cover. 3.5 points, you know, might be a field goal game, so I'm taking the Jets -3.5. Next, we got the Chicago Bears at the New York Giants. Giants on a short week. Chicago is off a win. The Giants off a loss. Do up, do down. Giants 3-0 at home versus Chicago in the last 3 meetings. I think the Giants pulled together. I know their offensive line, pretty much failed against the Dallas game. So I think they have more talent than Chicago, but this might be a close game. 3.5 points, really pushing it, that hook. If you are going to bet it, I'd bet it down 0.5 point. But yeah, I'm taking the New York Giants minus 3.5 points. Next, we got the Tennessee Titans traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts are a 3-point home favorite. Both teams off a win. Indianapolis Colts in the division this year is 0-1-1. Not very good, not a good start. I have not yet picked a Colts game. I'm like 0-3 on picking that game. I don't know why. It just eluded me altogether. They lose against bad teams, and they play good against good teams. Tennessee offensive line has a bunch of injuries, and they're last in passing in the NFL. Last year, the Tennessee Titans did win 34-31 in overtime. So take that as a grain of salt. So I'll probably end up taking the dog. I think Tennessee's, I like the running game better, but it's hard to say with these two teams. Divisional match, so stay away from it. But for the pool I'm in, I'm taking Tennessee plus the 3 points. Next, we got the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to the Houston Texans. Los Angeles Chargers are a 4.5 point road favorite. The Chargers have no defense whatsoever. Jacksonville basically scored 7 out of 10 possessions, and 2 of them were kneel downs. So only 1 possession, that was the opening possession, did they have to punt. Sad. Unbelievable. I was mesmerized. That'd be the greatest blowout ever on a team that was favored by 7 points. Herbert and Bosa most likely out. They're both of them injured. So yeah, and then you got to bet on the second string. Both teams off a loss. Houston won 41-29 last year in Houston. But Houston ranks dead last in defense. You got 2 bad defensive games. I know what I'm leaning towards is the over on this game, which you can see on my Twitter. Man, Houston's just so bad. And it's 4.5 points. I can't pick either team. So I'm going as a pool pick. I'm going to take the Chargers minus 4.5 points, which I really shouldn't. Houston's just so bad, and so are the Chargers. This is a train wreck of a game. I wouldn't pick either one of them. All right, so next I got the Cleveland Browns traveling to Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons are a 1-point home dog. Atlanta's 3-0 ATS wise. Cleveland's number 1 in rushing, and Atlanta is number 2 in rushing. Gonna be a great ground game. Again, another lean towards the under. See, run game all the way, but in the run defense are similar. You got Cleveland on 7th run defense and Atlanta at 15th. And they're passing, they're both middle of the pack. Cleveland's 6-1 in Atlanta in the last 7 matches since 1966. Of these games, 4 of them were decided by 4 points or less. So basically, yeah, it's going to be a close game. It's going to run down to the wire. It's going to be on the ground. I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons. They've been cashing tickets for me all this year at 3-0 ATS. So give me the Atlanta Falcons on the money line. I might put a few dollars in. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles are a 6.5 point home favorite. Philadelphia 3-0, Jacksonville 2-1. When you look at Jacksonville's schedule this year, week 1 they lost to the Commanders, Washington Commanders. But the Commanders, they should have won that game. The Commanders came back at the end of the game, and then they turned around and beat Indianapolis at home and traveled out to the Chargers and beat the Chargers. Unbelievable! I still can't believe that game. Both teams are 2-1 ATS wise. It's pretty even when you look at it. Jacksonville is number 1 in rush defense, but 21 in pass defense. So Philadelphia is 4th in the pass, and Jacksonville's on back-to-back, road games as well. So they had to travel from Florida to California to Philadelphia, and then back down to Florida. So A lot of traveling, hard to say. Philadelphia is such a good team, but 6.5 points, it might be up to 7 by game day. Like I said, this is just a pool pick, so give me Jacksonville plus 6.5. Next, we got the Denver Broncos traveling to the Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders are a 2-point home field advantage. And that's basically having home field advantage. This is a divisional game. Denver defense is, pretty good. And Denver defense, this is number 3 versus the pass and number 6 versus the rush. So yeah, Las Vegas, I think they're going to be a world of hurt. Sacking Carr. Vegas is 0-3 ATS wise as well, and they're off of a loss. Vegas is 6-0 at home versus Denver in the last 6 meetings, in the last 6 years. So, but me, I think Denver defense is too good. So give me the Denver Broncos plus 2. Next, we got the New England Patriots traveling to the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers are a 10.5 point home favorite. This is a big lean for me. I am putting a few dollars on it, just 10.5 points, just as a top pick. I know Mac Jones is on a high ankle sprain, and they're going to bring in Brian Hoyer. New England's off a loss, Green Bay's off a win, do up, do down. It tells you everything, New England there, but 10.5 points, man. Green Bay 2-1 ATS this year. They lost their first game, and they did this last year too. They just went on a string of wins. New England's 0-2-1 ATS. So yeah, also Green Bay, if you count last year and this year, they're 15-6 ATS wise. So 10.5 points, a lot of points, but I am putting some money on that Green Bay. So give me Green Bay minus 10.5 points. Next is a lean. We got the Sunday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs traveling to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chiefs are 2.5 point road favorites. Both teams off a loss. Tampa Bay is just not scoring, man. In the last 2 games, just not looking good. The wide receivers aren't healthy. They're practicing in Miami during the hurricane. Tampa Bay is 4-1 at home against Kansas City, though. But for me, I'm just putting a few dollars on Kansas City minus 2.5. And last but not least, we got the Monday Night Football. We got the Los Angeles Rams traveling to the San Francisco 49ers. Divisional game. I see a lot of people picking the Rams. But let me tell you a few things. San Francisco has a great defense. They are 3-0 at home versus the Rams in the last 3 years. San Francisco defense is number 1 against the pass and number 4 against the run. The Los Angeles Rams are on back-to-back road games. Rams are, like I said, they're off a win. San Francisco's off a loss, do up, do down. So nothing points for me to pick the Rams. I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers minus 2.5, hoping to get 3 on Monday night, and then put them in the teaser as well. I don't know. Good game. I like San Francisco. All right, let me throw up my fast recap as Army Guy 0319 is suggested. I'm not going to run them all down. You can just simply pause the screen. And while you're pausing, why don't you just like and subscribe? It only takes you a second, And comment down below. Tell me what you think, if any games that you like or what I picked wrong. And you guys are doing pretty good at that, And also, if you got time, read other people's comments as well, and let me know what you guys think. And that should be it for me. Thanks for stopping by. I love you guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe again. And I'll see you next week. Peace.